Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of the Bestiary. This is a little series that I've decided to try my hand at so that any DM who's struggling to figure out what creatures to use for their encounters can take a closer look at the monsters that are often overlooked, as well as get a better understanding of what monsters we do know already. We might also look at monsters throughout the various editions of D&D, but that'll probably be for a future video. Today we'll be looking at an often overlooked monster that I think has many great uses within RP and combat for adventuring groups. The Xorn. The Xorn, found on page 304 of the 5th edition monster manual, is a medium elemental with 73 HP and an AC of 19. It has a basic claw and bite attack with a surprising amount of attacks it can make for its CR of 5, at 3 claws and 1 bite. It has the ability to earth glide as well as having stone camouflage and treasure sense, which can make it a nightmare for any group that might be delving, I don't know, deep beneath the earth in some forgotten mines or... if you really wanted to get mean, you could even do the Underdark. From their abilities alone, you can probably tell that the Xorn is an Earth Elemental and possesses many features that other Earth Elementals share, such as the ability to move through stone without leaving a hole, having tremor sense and speaking only in Terran. What you may not know, or maybe you've gathered from their treasure sense ability, is that Xorn absolutely adore treasure in the form of precious metals and gemstones. Because of this, they don't eat meat and have no real incentive to attack the party unless it feels threatened first. You may think that this means that the Xorn would attack a party if it smelled a full coin pouch or spare Revivify diamond on their person, but the monster manual specifically notes that the Xorn is not an evil creature. Instead, the Xorn will try and either beg or bargain with the party for their items by offering things like the information which it has gathered on its travels, or even potentially its services. Although I imagine this wouldn't be in a capacity that would endanger the Xorn unless the reward was substantial. Maybe a head-sized gemstone or something, I don't know. Keep in mind, however, that if a Xorn is ignored, then it may try to threaten or bully the players instead, which can lead to some interesting banter for players who are really invested in role-playing, since they'll have the chance to speak with a hostile creature that likely won't attack them. As a side note, the Xorn has resistance to piercing and slashing damage from non-magical weapons, which are specifically not adamantine, which is something you don't get to see a lot of in 5e. So if you want to have some fun, maybe give your fighter with a +2 greatsword a +1 adamantine greatsword and see if he decides to take it with him if you plan on having an encounter with a Xorn later on. Anyway, this has been the Bestiary. Don't be scared to rewrite monsters, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. I will get more of these done at some point, but I think I just have to figure out what it is that I'm doing here. I think it'll be fun though. But I hope it'll be